And there's a brother named Robert. Is it Robert L. Smith or F. Smith, whatever? He's one of the billionaires of this country of African American heritage. He was from up north, okay, in the early '60s. He went busting integration school. I mean, integrated school. Excuse me. Later on in life, his dad was dad and mom was both professionals. They had, they were middle class people of African American descent. And he is a billionaire. He's the second billionaire of this country besides Oprah Winfrey is the first on the list of being African American descent. And it's sad that we in our community and anybody of color do not know about this man because, and I'm going to bring up politics. Now, y'all know I'm not a Trump supporter, and on time, just to get back at both the communities that I belong to. I said both because I didn't know, well, at the time when I did the video about the Jose Flores situation, about the murder and how it was a black and brown, I'm not Mexican descent, but knew Real had to be a Spanish origin. I say both, so I'm part Hispanic, not Mexican, but the Spanish Creole part of me, and I'm part African American down the family tree. Besides white and Native American, which I know, of course, Spaniard is from Spain, and Latin America is mixed. But so y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay, so therefore, when this situation, I say I don't time for trying to get back at both communities because y'all making a big racial issue, about Jose Flores when he can be killed by a cholo dude, or Cheryl Mark can be killed by a brother down the street who's a thug. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can't be making racial issues about that because killers come in all colors. And Stacey Dash at the same time when she's black and Mexican, she voted for endorsed Trump. Well, we want to bring this up that before Donald Trump, before Obama became president 2 times. We have always looked at the Donald Trump. I know he was racist, although I'm very offended before this whole shenanigan when he said that there was Native Americans that didn't like Native American, and I'm mixed with that as well, because I don't look full-blown Native American, although you see some traits here and there, And so, people mostly see me as black, but I'm told, well, you have your complexion is not dark, and your hair, that, yeah, okay. So, and I was, even my dad said, yeah, you're black with Native American, look, because I'm not a hairy person and all that other stuff. And so, he was telling me that a couple years ago, back in the early 2000s. But I always, and it's funny, before I knew the more flavor in me, I used to say I was black because that's the only thing I knew about when I was a little child 30 years ago. But when I started doing research, found there's English and French, and later on found out besides that, there's also English and French and Irish and Spaniard in me as well. And the reason why I brought this up because even my own father, everybody I knew, look at the Donald Trump. They knew he was a white man, but hey, who wants to be a billionaire? Okay, it was like my mixed brother in Hollywood, besides Travis McCoy, whatever his name is, he also mixed as well. But what's the dude name? Bruno Mars, who's part Hispanic, Puerto Rican, part Filipino. I wanna be a billionaire so freaking bad. I love that song back in 2010. I was going through some bullshit. Okay, the cousin here. Okay, sorry to cuss. So, and then my grandma, and I wish I was a billionaire. He said, like, Oprah, yes. And I love me some Oprah. But the problem is, I'm not a woman. The problem is, I don't look white. Even though I got white DNA in me. So, the reason why I bring this video, because people say, you hate Donald Trump. One person told me, we're doing the Trump campaign. You think all white men are devil? I said, excuse me, do you see me claiming my mixed heritage? I guess I'm part devil, although I can't act demonic. Regardless what the roots of me in me. But that's only God can say that situation. I know humans, I'm trying to be him. Anyway, point is, that's the reason why that that I said no, it's because the stuff he said is offensive. And I'm not gonna sit here and coon and defend somebody who gonna hurt me, who wanna exploit me if I was helping their campaign. Diamond, Silk, and Latinos and Trump and anybody, Ben Carson, be careful. Dad, you definitely be careful, okay? So, Rivera too. Yeah, there you go. Hello. So that's for, that is the reason why that Lean Anderson, yeah, you too. Be careful. Y'all don't fit the bill. You know what I mean? Okay? So, that's your, Glenn Beck or something who do fit the bill, if you know what I mean. So the reason why I'm making this video because I never heard this brother. Never heard this brother. Never heard of him. Never heard his company. And everything that I do in life, that I was looking in the videos about, you know, think big and, you know, being persistent, all that other stuff. It wasn't the actual words or 10 ideas he gave, the advices he gave on the video. But it's sad that we don't promote him. You don't hear a rapper before the Trump situation, before there were people saying F Donald Trump. I'm trying not to curse here, okay? People was bringing up his name, his rap songs. And besides, you know, Latino artists, Cap G, you know what I'm saying, and other artists, I think Wayne, all other, you know, African Americans, I've brought up his name many times, and even the Jacksons were friends, you know, when Nene in the situation, you know, I'm getting that Trump money, when her and the Cherie got into it, okay? But you don't hear us bringing up this brother, okay? You don't hear about this man of African American who in his 50s, sorry to mention your age. I have folks who are in their 60s, born in the 1960s in my family side. I know I'm a 79 baby, okay? So, okay, so when you about to turn 18, I'll about to be born in this world. Don't let this young face, I'll be 40 next 2 years, I'll be 38, but in the next couple months, okay? So, the reason why that I bring this up, because it's sad we don't promote this, brother. We don't put in rap songs. I want to be Robert Smith, you know what I'm saying? We don't do it. None of that. Oh, no, but we shuck and jive. And before the Trump campaign, when he said he hated, you know, talk bad about Latino immigrants and African-American people and Black Lives Matter. Oh, now we F Donald Trump. You know, I'm trying to cuss up here because I already had cussed already. And those who get offended, you know, because this is business. You know, when you're trying to go into business, sometimes you got to change your language, okay? When I do improper language and I speak so-called Ebonics, because folks come on my channel, well, you don't speak proper English and this and that, like I was not brought up to speak proper English. Yes, I was. It was my fault when I was called a white boy. You know, I am mixed with Caucasian, like all of us, including this brother here too. I see that Becky with a good head, talking about Robert. You know, yeah, no, not all hair textures are good, but I'm just making a joke, okay? Cameras, can you do dark chocolate from the United States 910? You got kinky hair, still got some white DNA that make him part in, but you know, with the one drop mess and black power, black nationalist ideology, because I have folks who are Creole. Oh, you think you know, I'm mixed with Creole too, but they have folks who are really high yellow, green eyes, act like they more black than I was. Okay, luckily they didn't see Ari Spears. Anyway. Yeah, they were like, I would never go with no white woman. No, for real. No Mexican woman. They look like it could pass for white or Mexican. For real. Point at these, bro. Yes. When I was in school, I tell my business back in 1990. I'm sorry, bro. If you're watching these video, brothers, my brothers are different shades and hair textures. And you see, and I'm quoting you. Yeah, what you said back in 20 years ago, 20-something years ago. I'm coming up here and speaking so-called about it, but just making a comic out of this situation. That should be a comedian. Yeah, let's get back to let's get professional. Let's get professional. Point is, that's what, you know, that's what I was dealing with at the time. So that's why I speak, not purposely, it comes out. My grandfather, who's dark skinned, was mixed with black French Creole and the American, who on my dad's side will tell me, have you been to school lately? Why are you talking like that? So don't make stereotypes about me. You know, and when I was learning Spanish, I was like, well, I speak this old slang, and I speak Spanish. I don't want to speak no proper because the next couple of years it won't be needed. I was fooling myself. Yes, you do need this, especially when going in corporate world. You have to speak proper English. It's not about being white. I mean, you're gonna talk about being black, y'all, who make that claim. Then speak so-called Ebonics that came from the English language, white language, and it's not DNA as well. Once you learn Igbo and Yoruba and Fulani and Zulu, okay, then you're talking black, because those are black African languages. Let's get to the subject. So the reason why I brought this up, because it was 11 years ago. I had a picture of Oprah Winfrey on my wall at Job Corps, one of my colleges, and I had a picture of Donald Trump. And I wanted to be the combination of both, since I can't be a woman, but you know, identify. And of course, I had Superhead, and I had, yeah, they had Superhead. I had Vandy on there. I had Axie, the black skin rapper. You know, I had the Black Jesus, okay, the black version. You know, I'm a Catholic Christian, you know, ex-Protestant. And so they had sent Martin Portes, okay, the dark skin mulatto, had a little bit of stature of him in my room. Guadalupe as well, exactly. So I had all these things that had the cross, the crucifix, everything. Funny is, I didn't have a picture of someone of African descent who was a male that I can recall, and who was a billionaire. And it's funny that we didn't have, of course, they had Gaspar Yanga, okay, and they had Vicente Guerrero on there too, you know, the Afro Mestizo president, but they passed away. Someone that's living who was an African American descent, who I can identify, not the male complexion, even though he was dark chocolate, I still put a picture on his camera like me, talking about this brother here, and someone I can relate to. So, because I would not be bamboozled through the campaign of Trump. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up looking at Trump. I remember his affairs with Marla Maples, and you know, current affair when I think O'Reilly was on current affair. One of them people back today was on. You can tell I'm old, okay? And watching current affair on the Fox station, you know, not Fox News, but Fox station affiliates, you know, like for here in 26 in Houston. And so it's sad that I didn't look at GQ magazine. Didn't see people probably made a big issue about Jeremy Meeks, who was a thug, and he got deported from the UK, who looked close to white. And y'all talking about colorism, about the pageant, about this sister winning, which I'm glad she did win. But y'all don't get mad at her, get mad at the people who voted for her. Okay? And none of us are pure black. But they got a thug who looked close to white, and now he's a model, and he act like he was scared to run runway. You put me on the runway, baby, I make everyone, you know what I'm saying? And my record is clean. And I'm not dark chocolate, but I'm not high yellow like that to the point I can pass for white. Almost pass for white. You know, he don't look white all the way, but you know what I mean? Jerry Minks. Sad that we didn't have nobody to look up to. I don't think we got thugs and folks call us niggas and call each other niggas and stuff and look at pants sagging. That's like buckwheat and Aunt Jemima type stuff. The male version of Aunt Jemima. Let me be specific on that because Aunt Jemima was a female. That's like Sambo and Amos and Andy, and you have white racist people promoting this while they're building a prison complex to put us in when we portray that type of attitude in the reality world, or the real world, if you know what I'm saying. But you never hear a Robert Smith. Never hear. And it's sad. And we wonder, well, you know, we want to know why Trump won. And I want to ask you something. It's sad that I didn't have his picture in my room at Job Corps, the Progressive Job Center, in the college program room. Well, the black-skinned girl that I didn't like, her husband was my roommate, was last roommate. Okay, I took his room. Okay, go in detail. The one who's white mess, yeah, him, the rocker dude, yeah, the rockero. You want to say something? Yeah, okay. But it's sad that I didn't have Mr. Smith's picture in the room. And this dude, this man, this brilliant gentleman tells you how to get to be a billionaire. The only billionaire I can know now that's male African American, you know, he camera skin too, is Dr. Dre. And that was back in the day, seeing nothing but G-Dang baby. At the same cooning for white race people to put money in and helping Suge Knight. You left one person, and y'all want to call a slave master because he's Jewish Gentile, talking about Jerry Heller, but went to this old big old high yellow brother who was cooning as well. And you feel sorry for him. I know he out of jail. You know, don't feel sorry for him what's going with him because he not only killed his own people, talking about killing his own people or any shade or whatever, and he intimidated, but he was cooning for white racist people. One thing that I know Suge Knight would never do, would never go to the white racist people in the prison complex, in the music industry, and go shit on them, run them over. Sorry, my man, sorry. You're never gonna harass them, but you're gonna harass those in the hood who's struggling and be part of a gang that hurting us. Whether it's the blue or the red, it's hurting us, but yet, you know, Capone brought your business out. I saw that interview. It's funny that, so that's why I don't give Dr. Dre the side. I give him the side when he did Michelle Lay. No, I would not want to coon. But it be dance music and talk about killing called B, H's, and N's. You know, of course, we let that gender word come out because every race has a woman, okay? And men could be B's and H's too, okay? Actually, men are the main H's anyway. That's how women end up being H's. So let's call it like it is, okay? Trying to use proper. Y'all know what I mean by H's. Or should I say WHOREs, okay? It takes two to make it. Thank you. So both parties are guilty. Let's get to the subject. I prefer someone who do the proper way of doing things, not the ignorant way of doing things, even though I can be ignorant sometimes too. Making a joke out of it. Ignorant. I want to move on up like the Jeffersons. Not singing good times, struggling in ghetto so white people can laugh. White race people, should I say, not all white people, can laugh and think I have my appearance and you don't. Do you understand? So it makes, so now when we were praising and want to be like Donald Trump, he was laughing at the bank. He was calling us WB words and N words and SPIC words and monkeys and everything else by 9, 10, because I'm not to say he did, but I would be shot. My prediction is correct. Sound like Mr. Cleo up in here. It's sad that we put this man on a pedestal, but we ignore Mr. Smith. And Mr. Smith went through the struggles. Yeah, he was middle class, and he was not living. He didn't grow up in the hood, okay, but he made it. And he 9-10 will help us compared to someone who's in the office who would only give a DAMN about us. Okay? So that's the reason why that I have to say that I have to make a video on Mr. Smith. Because I wish I knew about this brother growing up. I wish I knew about him in my teenage years. I wish I knew him in my 20-something years. In my 20s, should I say, because I'm going to be 38. I'll be 38 soon. And sad, I almost want to cry because you don't hear rap songs talking about Mrs. Smith. But you hear about Trump before the Trump campaign, and that was one trying to get rid of Obama, talking about he wasn't born in the United States when Hawaii is part of the United States. And then trying to blame Hillary, which I think both of them was guilty of that part, blaming both of her or him, both of Gary Johnson and both of Bernie Sanders, who actually was fighting for our rights, not no Hillary. Okay, you know how I feel about her too. So that is the reason why that I want to make a video about Mr. Smith, and I want folks to know about this. Instead of butt dancing, call yourself, I'm going to go ahead and say the names. Instead of calling yourself niggas, talking about bitches and hoes and stuff. Yeah, I call folks bitch and hoes too, but I ain't trying to make a career out of it, okay? It's just out of how I express who I do wrong. This anybody who dissed me, or I feel who did somebody wrong. No matter what their color or gender is, I don't discriminate when I diss people. Y'all should know that if I diss my own mama and daddy, I diss you too. That's a saying. They say that because they were doing wrong to me. That's why I did something. Not because I brought me the world and then it was nice to me. Difference. Abuse and love do not mix. But that's another subject. Point is, I don't want to make a career out of it. I want to live great. Live good. Go all over the world and travel, not living in the hood, struggling. That a white racist person wanted to happen. But I don't brag about, I bring about section 8. I bring about the struggles living in, poverty. I was raised middle class just like this brother here. But I was not, I'm high, sorry. I'm high on this king of below tea. I can't drink caffeine to donate plasma today. I don't want to be living in the ghetto and make that part as a permanent solution or resource in my life. I got out of my family house because of the situation going on. So do you understand the reason why I put this brother on the pedestal? We need to know about this man and stop emulating those who hurt us, whether it be those in the community acting like stereotypes or those who promoting stereotypes that have more money and laughing at us because we don't look like them. I want you to understand that. Thank you, and God bless.